New at 6, new scrutiny of controversial contracts. Channel 2 Action News showed you the irregularities uncovered in audits. New this evening, the special grand jury that's now searching for evidence of corruption. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jovita Moore in for Monica Pearson.
I'm Justin Farmer, and Channel 2 Action News has learned that a special grand jury investigating suspected corruption in DeKalb County is asking questions about those controversial contracts. Some of those contracts go back more than 5 years. And new at 6, Channel 2's Richard Belcher says some questions deal with the senior aide to DeKalb CEO Burl Ellis.
4 years ago, Ellis was running for CEO and demanding answers about apparent contracting irregularities under the then CEO, Vernon Jones. A central figure in the controversy worked for Jones at the time. Today, he's a top aide to Burl Ellis.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 contracts just under the $50,000 threshold.
Then County Commissioner Burl Ellis in late 2007, one of several commissioners, accusing the administration of then CEO Vernon Jones of intentionally holding down the amounts of contracts to avoid competitive bidding. Auditors later found that some companies had been paid far more than their contract limits. EMA Incorporated had a contract for $50,000. It actually received more than $3.7 million, more than 70 times the authorized amount. Auditors concluded that DeKalb County employees were afraid to speak up. This from then Commissioner Burl Ellis.
Did you generally get a sense that employees do not feel empowered?
Yes.
There was no criminal investigation after those audit findings 4 years ago, but today there is a criminal investigation looking in part at those very same contracts from several years ago. The investigation being conducted by a special grand jury whose task is to look for suspected corruption in DeKalb's watershed department. We know that grand jury witnesses are being asked about Richard Stogner's role with those contracts. Stogner was executive assistant to Vernon Jones. Today he's chief operating officer for the current CEO, Burl Ellis. Ellis's office sent us a statement that reads in part, "We can confirm that no information has been requested from the CEO or the COO thus far, but neither is privy to any details of the grand jury's activities, and it would be improper to comment or speculate." 2008 investigation ordered by Vernon Jones reached conclusions about those contracts that were much less critical than the audit. The first to question the apparent irregularities was Mike Bell, who was then DeKalb's CFO. Today, Bell declined to say whether he has been subpoenaed by the special grand jury, also declining to comment the DeKalb DA's office. Justin?
All right, Richard, now more details about an investigation into possible fraud and forgery at DeKalb's watershed management. 3 watershed workers are charged with a scheme that DeKalb County leaders say involved padded timesheets and kickbacks to a timekeeper. 2 lost their jobs, 1 resigned. A 4th supervisor was fired earlier this month.